Okay, here we go. Thursday, December 9th. Thanks for joining me. It's about 2 p.m., and we're, of course, talking about the major storm system now that's going to be hitting southern Minnesota and basically almost the whole state of Wisconsin tomorrow, especially from noon tomorrow until about midnight or so tomorrow. Of course, the further west you are of the Twin Cities, the earlier this is going to start. And the further east, such as areas like Eau Claire, it might start a little bit later. But in general, I think from about 9 a.m. tomorrow morning till about 3 a.m. on Saturday morning is going to be the bulk of any accumulating snow. And it should be all snow. Here we go. We're picking it up. This is a 700 millibar chart, 10 to 15,000 feet in our atmosphere, the NAM 3K guidance. And like I had mentioned, we always look for those isotherms in that -9 or -8 to -12 range. And by tomorrow morning, this is right around midnight, midnight 1 a.m. tomorrow morning here, the good growth area for snow is right over southern Minnesota. Now watch what happens as we go through time here. That area sinks a little bit south and then it stabilizes, which usually happens in winter storm scenarios. The cold air starts to sink, but then it neutralizes. And where that cold air neutralizes, where it stops, is usually where the heavy snow develops. And here it is, -8 to -12 Celsius is right in this area here as we get to about 10 or 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. All right. And then as we go through time, and this is pretty critical and it's important. This is how we forecast weather. That -8 to -12 line does not move much. So that tells you that there's going to be a prolonged area of moderate to heavy snow, the way it appears right in this area here, kind of where we've been expecting it. Now, yes, this may waffle north a little bit, south a little bit, 20 to 30 miles. It's going to make a huge difference. So don't be surprised if that happens. But in general, that is what we're expecting. And it's not until, what it looks to be about midnight or so tomorrow night, midnight to 3 a.m. when the cold air starts to take over, the cold, dry air starts to pour in. And that should effectively cut off our snows, definitely by sunrise on Saturday, with just, I think, some flurries left over. If we look at 850 millibars real quick and just take a look at where that rain snow line is going to be located, you can see it here. We'll go through time. This is today. It's warm out today, but watch what happens as we go into tomorrow here. Here comes your rain snow line located from just north of Des Moines, Ames, Iowa, to just south of La Crosse, then over to about Green Bay. So we're firmly in the cold air for tomorrow and Saturday, which means anything that falls should be in the form of snow. And then that storm wraps up and gets out of here by Saturday, by sunrise on Saturday. Okay, we're zoomed in now. Here's the Twin Cities Metro right here. Of course, we got Mankato, the Rochester area, and then, we've got Eau Claire right around in here. All right, so, and St. Cloud. Look at poor St. Cloud. Not going to get much, if anything at all, out of this storm system. But look at the tight gradient. We were expecting this northwest to southeast snow gradient. By the way, this is a blend of model guidance. So this isn't any particular model guidance. We throw them all into a basket and come up with a consensus or a blend, and this is what it shows. No surprise from the southern Twin Cities Metro, so Dakota and Scott counties, on south to Rochester, Mankato, and then east to Eau Claire. Those areas are in line for 8 to 10 plus inches of snow. That 8-inch marker looks like it's going to come close to Twin Cities International, but I think in general the core metro is going to be in that 4 to 8-inch range for snow. And yes, immediately as you go northwest, even into Wright County and Anoka County, those totals are likely going to drop off into that 2 to 4-inch range. So across the Twin Cities Metro, there's going to be about an 8-inch, if not more, snow gradient. So we're used to this. This happens quite often, so you shouldn't be shocked. All right, just looking at a couple of the specific guidances. This is the NAM 3K guidance from 12 Zulu this morning, or 7 a.m. It's got the bullseye of snow from basically Mankato and Rochester and Albert Lea on northeast and east to Eau Claire. Not surprising. The European guidance, I'll put that up for you here. By the way, the NAM guidance 3K has about 4 to 6 inches at Twin Cities International, as does the European guidance. So again, I think that 4 to 6, maybe even if we can nudge that snow gradient just a touch further northwest, maybe that 4 to 8 inch range at MSP International. But no doubt we're going to be dealing with a significant snow gradient. I just can't emphasize how important that is, and I'm going to say it over and over again because look at this. This is the GFS computer model guidance from this morning. Look at how it's got the Twin Cities almost right in the bullseye of some heavy snow. So yes, we need to iron out a few things, but in general, I think 4 to 8 across the metro is a pretty good bet. Less as you go northwest, more as you go southeast. With the axis of heavy snow, pretty confident that it's going to be from about Mankato, Owatonna, Rochester, Red Wing, over to the Eau Claire area. All right. Radar, here goes. We pick it up at about midnight tonight. There's nothing, so you got a few hours yet here before the snow starts to pick up. Then as we get into Friday morning, this is about 9 a.m. or so Friday morning, and where this, we call this a frontogenetic band of snow, mid-level band of snow at about 700 millibars, we're going to have quite a bit of moisture, and that's going to start to leak some snow. It'll be about a 30 to 50 mile wide band across southern Minnesota. Reason why I mention this and emphasize this is because where that band sets up tomorrow morning between about 6 a.m. and 10 a.m., that's going to give us an idea. It's like it's going to foreshadow where the real heavy band of snow is going to set up throughout the day. Right now, the NAM computer model guidance 3K is expecting that early or that morning frontogenetic band of snow to set up from about Mankato to just north or near Rochester to Red Wing, and then to near Eau Claire. So, and that's not a surprise because that's where the guidance, the blend of guidances has been going with this. Now watch what happens by 2-3 p.m. Snow engulfs basically all of southern Minnesota and western Wisconsin. And then as we get to that 4 to 8 p.m. time range, that's going to be the height of the storm, I think. This radar shots from about 6 p.m. this eve or 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. And yeah, we're getting walloped by the storm by that time. And then the snow lingers. There's midnight. And then here's about 4 a.m. It pulls out of the metro, the Twin Cities metro by 4 a.m. Same with Mankato. Lingers into western Wisconsin until about 4 or 5 a.m., I think, before it quickly shuts off. So there you go. Timing graph, let me just show it to you here. I sent this to you. But here you go. It's going to start off light, at least for about an hour maybe or so, but then it really picks up as we get to that noon hour. And then by late afternoon and early evening, that's going to be the height of the storm. And then as we go through 9, 10, 11 in the evening, it slowly but surely tapers off, kind of like a roller coaster here. Kind of slowly but surely tapers off to where we have hardly anything by 2 or 3 a.m. in the Twin Cities metro. This is at MSP International, by the way. Of course, if you're west or south of the Twin Cities like Mankato, this is going to be about shift this up about an hour or two, the timing. And then, of course, if you're in the Eau Claire or even Rochester area, you shift it back by 2 or 3 hours. But anyway, that gives you a good idea of what to expect with the timing. As far as how much snow am I expecting? Well, this really hasn't changed much. This should look very familiar to you. This is almost exactly what I sent out yesterday. I think the only difference is that I pivoted the snow just a little bit, like about 20 to 30 miles. I pivoted the snow just a touch so that the axis, it still lies from about Mankato to Red Wing to Eau Claire, but just a real subtle pivot of that snow band. Trigger graph, sent this also to you. You got a lot of stuff from me today. Here's your trigger graph. After today, or after tomorrow, I should say, in early Saturday morning, dry. Probably have to deal with some fog, and I am a little worried that we're going to get some fog and freezing fog as we get into maybe Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday morning. We'll have to watch out for that. It could create slick conditions in the morning. And then afternoon, the temperature should thaw, which is going to be nice. And look at this. Wednesday, 55. That would be a record high, by the way. That might be conservative, especially if we don't get much snow. There may be some portions of the Twin Cities metro, especially as you go north of the core downtowns or in the downtowns and north, where the temperature may come close to 60 on Wednesday. And then a big storm wraps up over the upper Midwest Thursday into Friday, and that's why our temperatures crash. A lot going on. All right, we'll give you another update tomorrow morning, probably right before the storm hits. So I'm thinking somewhere in that 9 a.m. time range tomorrow morning is when I expect the next significant update to come to you. Unless something changes tonight, then I would give you another update. But otherwise, there you go. Take care. Good luck. Get some rest. Be ready for tomorrow and Saturday morning.